You sobered up from the weekend?
You know, I know something. I laid my motorcycle.
Uh-oh.
I hit some rock. Hard got right there. And I tell you what, now that ain't no big deal until you 62. And I know it hurts more than it used to. All I did lay a cat wrong. Brother, yes, he won't stop. When I put my foot down on the bar, it slipped off that bar. You know, that candy go. It yesterday.
You know, talking to somebody about the Holy Spirit.
Oh, yeah.
And I, you know, we got a bad spot up there in Mexico.
Well, thank you.
She went down on her front end.
I try to forget those things these days. I need
It should
to.
have hurt. Her mind was.
Yeah, sleep well.
No, not even so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was going to see if you close the door, but she don't get it. No, I want you to stay way away from me. She got poison ivy all over. In her eyes and hands.
You're not supposed to roll in that stuff.
She tried to work again.
I get it every time I know.
Pretty good. You might as well not have.
So that's what he's talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, take the airplane tickets off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Now. Okay.
Renewed. Correct.
Hey, Scott, is Susan
Yeah.
on?
They're driving.
Yes, so.
It's a double down, small.
Mhm.
That big tip trailers.
Yeah.
Okay, that fixed. Oh, yeah.
Susan's rich because she had to think about it.
She didn't.
Yes.
She didn't show up.
Well, she hadn't know about it. She's not.
I don't know who did that. Do you know Tina?
Must be my
Tina don't.
Who did she go with?
I think it's trying to have it without me.
Oh,
Well, he has perfect certainly 10, so we got to get up to 8:30, so. we can make it further.
Everybody's ready to be back. Glad to be back.
Ready to go.
Let me get back with you.
Yeah.
Just about soon be home before his night.
You better think about it.
Anytime she says she's gonna do yard work, just get ready. There's gonna be.
I didn't break anything.
you know, if you see something with 3 leaves, leave it alone.
I know.
He reminded her of that
Yes,
after the fact.
after. I just continued to carry it. I'm like, I've already been all in it. I might as well finish it. I didn't finish completely, but.
It was hot.
It's,
That was a good deal yesterday.
Yeah, nice. More.
I thought, that clock. Fooled you, didn't it?
It is 8:37.
Call to order a special session of Zandt County Commissioners Court for Tuesday, May the 31st, 2022 at 8:37 a.m. Now, quorum is established with all members of the court present. Item number 2, discuss and consider approval of county bills for payment as submitted. You have the new list Kenny just gave you. It does not have the plane tickets on it. Yeah. So that would be the ones you would be approving, not the ones that was in the book. Okay.
So moved, Pearson.
Got a motion by Commissioner Pearson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner LaPrade. Any questions or discussion about the bills that's been submitted for payment? I think it's a trailer
Yes, sir.
for,
It's the trailer precinct 3 bought off the Renee Bates auctioneer from the city of San Angelo.
so you did get it?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
It's a tilt trailer to be able to relocate our double drum roller.
Okay. Any other question or discussion? Being none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Public comments, any public comments, Scott? No public comment. Item number 4, discuss and consider approval of our travel to Texas Association of Counties Conference in Amarillo, Texas. Misty Stanberry has already, you want to address the court, Misty?
Sure. Hey, Commissioners, agents. So I guess, we have to have certain continuous education credits, through TAC and the big conference that Joanne and myself attend every year. This year they've got it in Amarillo. Last year it was in Corpus Christi, which I'm more familiar with that area. I got family down that way. I had no idea going the opposite direction, no family, no nothing. And it just, I started putting the numbers together, looking at the host hotel that we were able to secure is right across the street from the conference center where the conference is going to be held. I looked at the parking around there. You do have to pay to park, $15 a day for the public parking and $30 a day for valet. So when you look at the time, it's like $75 for parking. And I started looking through the comments when I was looking at this hotel, and more of the biggest complaints is the parking issue. So I know that's an issue there. So I started looking at hotel flights, because there's always what ifs when you got two ladies. I mean, with anybody, when you're traveling, flat tire, car breaking down, that kind of stuff, and you're a long way from home. In this day and age, it seems like things are just getting worse and worse. So flying from Southwest up there and back, I even looked at Uber pricing. It's like $20 from Amarillo Hotel or Amarillo Airport to the hotel. So that is reasonable. And so I'm just asking, there is a difference. There is a little bit of a difference, and I did submit that to the court. From the motor travel compensation that we get compared to the air tickets, we're looking at about $193.92. I plan on getting a ride up there to Southwest and getting dropped off and picked up. So that's not an issue, and it is within my budget, and we have the funds there to cover the cost. Because that with bathroom breaks, I mean, you could be looking at 8 hours, drive. So I'm just asking for y'all's permission to go ahead and keep those flights and get us there and back.
What's the total amount of your budget?
The total amount of my
Yeah,
budget.
of your travel training budget.
I would have to I didn't bring that with me. It's a little over 2,000, I believe, for the year, which we always normally have something left over. Due to the way that our budget falls, I have another conference in November, but it's normally in the next budget season. So there's normally plenty of funds left over.
Is Joanne's budget $2,000 also?
It's included, yeah. She goes to one training session a year, every year. And that's the big it's the tax assessor conference, yeah. She does not attend the one in November. So that's just for the tax assessor. And that's not through TAC, that's through the Texas, it's the tax assessor conference, folks. It's a different training.
Did you fly down to Corpus Christi last year?
No, I did not.
You drove?
We drove.
That's kind of a
Yes.
long drive, isn't it?
It is a long drive, but like I was saying in my presentation, I have a lot of family down that way. We can vacation down that way. So I'm more familiar with the roads and the direction that way. I have never really been up in the Panhandle area like that. I'm just not familiar with the location or anything about. The only thing I know about Amarillo is the song. That's honestly is the only thing that I'm familiar with.
But you're gonna be within your budget no matter what
Yes.
this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whether we fly or drive, I'm just asking for permission to fly because that's about 8 hours each way. And I getting a little older and those hips aren't as good as they used to be. That's a long drive.
Any other questions for Misty? The concern I have is that in 8 years that I as county judge, this is the first time that it's come up to fly or permission. It's in your handbook that you ask permission before you fly. Now, and it's more than mileage. So where do you draw the line? This is your first one. You're about to set precedents for the rest. If you said, okay, yeah, as long as it's in the budget, okay, but whatever we do here is what we're gonna set precedents for the remainder. That's just where we're at. I
Sure.
mean,
I look at, wear and tear, on vehicles, gas mileage, and then the safety and security of stopping to get food and gas in a location that I'm not really familiar with. There's always what ifs in life, you always have to think about that. You can't live in fear. But I just felt like it was just the best option for us is just to take a quick flight, get there, get what we need done and get on back and get back to work. That is where I'm coming from. And I understand the court. I understand.
I hear you.
Can I say something here too? I'll be the first to say that in 2010, a couple of commissioners flew from out of Southwest to Corpus Christi for a convention.
And that's what
We've changed up this a little bit. We didn't used to have to, that's new. We just had to be within our budget. Now we've added that where you have to come to the court, get it approved. But back in 2010, we didn't have this policy.
And that's what you're gonna get into. I mean, you're gonna get into when there's a lot of that. I mean, there's a lot of people gonna say, well, Misty's awful young. I'm a lot older than Misty. I'm gonna fly. It's gonna be easier on me to fly to Corpus, because Corpus is about as far as that world.
Yes. That's why I asked you to drive down there.
It may be a little further.
It's a little further.
It's an 8-hour, 9-hour drive.
It is.
It is.
So you're talking two days.
Yeah.
Basically, two days to get there, get back, and the
10 miles, 10
kind
miles.
from that amount of drive
10
is.
miles
Okay.
to Corpus than it is.
Yeah. So, I kind of, the way I look at it, we set their budget, travel and training budget, and, as long as they stay within that budget and use good common sense, I mean, I can see the point where, it would probably, by the time they, get up there and not have to pay for valet and parking and all the amenities for that, you're probably coming out about even if you drove your car up there.
Correct.
But I mean, that's just mine.
Well, I don't understand that. The hotel, the host hotel is charging the parking.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah,
I've got
they
it all
do
written
that.
out.
Now.
Got it
Yeah,
all
they do
written
that now.
out.
Yeah.
But she's not staying in the host hotel.
Yes, sir, we are.
Well, I thought you were staying in the hotel across the street.
It is from the convention.
From the
center.
convention center.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we'll be able to just walk back and forth to the
It's right across the
convention.
street.
Mhm. Well, I knew that you guys had.
Okay.
also in, so.
So, and I'm just looking, it's not going. So she said she's gonna have somebody drop her off. So, and I hear what you're saying, Merton.
I mean,
Next time, someone may come up and say, okay, I'm gonna charge you mileage from here to DFW or Love Field. You'll fly Southwest, I'm gonna charge you mileage to get there. I'm gonna have to leave my car at Love Field. I mean, where does, I'm gonna pay the parking at Love Field. I'm just throwing everything out there
Yes.
so that we
I
know
thought
where
about
we're,
that.
where we're headed.
Mhm.
So,
Well, I agree. Even though something's budgeted, it's our responsibility to be as economically efficient to our taxpayers as we can. Just because we budget something don't mean, hey, I got that budget, I can get it done cheaper, but I got it in budget. I would recommend that if that's what the girls want to do, the ladies want to do, we pay the mileage. And then if that's that important to them to on their hips and on their safety, they can pay the difference. It's only $80 themselves. We pay the cheapest deal. And then if you want to, just like if I want to take a long trip to Amarillo, I'm only going to get the mileage closest point. If I want to loop out and take 2 or 3 days off and go somewhere else, I can't come to Aston County to pay that. Just because I go the long trip. I'm saying we pay the most economical thing we can pay and to benefit our taxpayers.
But
Which
we
is
don't
the
check
mileage.
that on everybody's, everything they spend.
Do what?
We don't check that type of thing on everything they spend. I mean, you know, a lot of them go down to someplace, they'll buy something and they could have gone somewhere else and bought it cheaper. But we don't regulate that. I understand what you're saying, but we don't regulate it on any other thing.
Well, I hope they would be doing it on their own.
Well, they may be, they may not be.
That's why I looked at the parking prices, because you think, you know, after you get back, you submit in those receipts and that, you know, that's more cost and more cost. So, you know, so I did consider that. And so I know where you're coming from, Commissioner.
does TAC reimburse you for training?
I looked into that because I talked to other elected officials and other clerks. I do believe there is
They do, right.
reimbursements, and I did research. I contacted TAC, and that is not available for me
Okay.
for
Because, and that's one thing, like in my training, they will reimburse for flights
Mhm.
as long as you don't go through a third party. You have to buy the tickets from the Southwest or whichever airline you're using, because they won't reimburse through, and TAC is gonna stop the meals reimbursement this coming year.
Yes, I did a lot of research and reached out to TAC, and unfortunately, that is just not available for the tax assessors. It is for clerks.
Okay, is there any other questions, discussion?
Oh, I was gonna say on that mileage, we always turn in that printout from Google Maps that shows and verifies we took the most correct route. They give us on that.
Yeah.
Other than that, they only do one CE opportunity a year.
I have 2. I'd go to one in November, and that finishes up the rest of my CE hours that I'm required to get. I'm required to get 20, and I think I got 30 last year, so. I got
So do you go from are you calendar year or fiscal year?
I think it's calendar year.
January the 1st
Yes,
to
sir.
December 31st? Because that's what you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so one conference is in the budget season, and then the other falls into the next. So the one in November will be next budget.
Be under 2 different budgets, but it would be the,
Annual,
Same, yes, sir, that's
Mhm.
correct.
2 different budgets, but be the calendar year, the annual trend.
Yeah.
Because mine's are, and Andy's will be fiscal year. Anyone else have any questions? Is there a motion?
Oh, I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the airplane tickets, but to go to Amarillo, I mean, it's in her budget. And I guess she's come to the court to ask that we do this. She's followed the guidelines. I mean, if we're gonna, how are we gonna start regulating, you know, we're gonna give them less, or, I mean,
So your motion is to approve the airline for the two
Yes.
staff members in the amount of $613.92.
And because it's in their budget.
Okay, that's your motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, by Commissioner West. Any other questions or discussion? Ms. Hill, you have anything? No, everything's quiet. Scott?
I just drove to Corpus and I spent $300 just on gas. That's.
Yeah.
Just gas getting out. That's half the price of that ticket.
You spent 300 and something dollars.
$300 of gas on that trip to Corpus.
Okay, what did you get reimbursed for?
No, I mean, personal. I'm just saying, a drive like that, with gas prices like they are.
Yeah. And we don't know where they're going,
we could be
but I
fine.
mean, we'll be dealing with that from now on. Okay. Any other discussion? Being none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item number 5, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Got one by Commissioner Melton. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner West. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, same sign.